Once upon a time, in a world consumed by political tensions and regional rivalries, an unexpected storm brewed in the heart of the Middle East. The Kingdom of Sudai Arabia, led by the ambitious King Hassan al-Mansur, made a shocking decision to invade Israel, shattering the delicate balance that had been maintained for decades. The roots of this conflict could be traced back to a series of escalating events. Saudi Arabia had long been dissatisfied with Israel's dominant position in the region and its close ties with powerful global allies. King Hassan believed that Saudi Arabia deserved a greater role on the international stage and saw an opportunity to assert his country's influence. Under the guise of regional stability and religious unity, King Hassan sought support from neighboring countries, leveraging their common grievances against Israel. He skillfully utilized diplomatic channels and charismatic speeches to rally support for his audacious plan. Saudi Arabia's vast oil wealth also played a significant role, as it provided the financial resources needed to build a formidable military force. Israel, well aware of Saudi Arabia's growing discontent, had been bolstering its defenses and forming alliances with other nations. Prime Minister David Cohn knew that an attack was imminent, and he was determined to protect his nation at all costs. Israel's intelligence agencies worked tirelessly to uncover Saudi Arabia's invasion plans and to shore up its defenses. As tensions reached a boiling point, the world watched with bated breath, fearing the consequences of a conflict that could engulf the entire Middle East. Negotiations and diplomatic efforts were made, but they failed to halt the course towards war. The stage was set for a clash of ideologies, power, and strategic interests. On a fateful day, Saudi Arabian forces crossed the border into Israel, launching a massive military offensive. Saudi Arabia's advanced weaponry and well-trained soldiers posed a significant challenge for Israel, but the Israeli defense forces were not to be underestimated. Battle-hardened and equipped with state-of-the-art technology, the IDF mounted a fierce defense. The war that ensued was a brutal and protracted conflict, marked by intense aerial bombardments, tank battles, and urban warfare. International powers were forced to take sides, leading to a complex web of alliances and escalating tensions. As the war raged on, casualties mounted on both sides, and the civilian populations of both Saudi Arabia and Israel suffered. The United Nations struggled to mediate a ceasefire, but faced numerous obstacles due to the deep-rooted animosity and the political ambitions of the leaders involved. However, amidst the chaos and destruction, voices of reason and peace emerged. Influential world leaders, prominent intellectuals, and grassroots activists called for an immediate end to the bloodshed. They worked tirelessly behind the scenes, using their influence to pressure the warring parties into negotiations. Finally, after months of intense fighting and devastating loss of life, a breakthrough occurred. Saudi Arabia and Israel agreed to a ceasefire, brokered by a coalition of international powers. The truce established a demilitarized zone along the border, monitored by a multinational peacekeeping force. In the aftermath of the conflict, both Saudi Arabia and Israel faced the daunting task of rebuilding their shattered societies. They realized that the cycle of violence had brought nothing but pain and suffering. Slowly, the wounds began to heal, and the leaders of both nations sought to find common ground and foster a lasting peace.